All right, welcome back, folks, to the 12 o'clock hour of Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. We're broadcasting live here from beautiful downtown Elgin, serving the Fox River Valley. You can listen to us directly through our website, WRMN1410.com. You can also listen to us on YouTube.com at WRMN Radio, where you can keep up to date and in the loop with what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here at WRMN. This is your host, Matt McNeil, here with Out to Lunch, Monday through Thursday from 10 to 1 and on Fridays from 11 to 1, talking about local arts and entertainment, food and restaurants, and so much more, all related to the local community within the Fox River Valley, and sometimes even beyond as well, too. I want to welcome our very special guest today that we are having on the airwaves. As you all know, the Hemmens Cultural Center, located at 45 Symphony Way, does offer a wide range of different options when it comes to performances and music as well, too. There are a lot of different ones. And how cool is it that we get to have a Broadway star, Courtney Reed, returning to the Hemmens stage for a concert coming up January 10th. I want to welcome her to the stage here. Please welcome Courtney Reed. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
I am so glad that we're able here on WRMN to have you on the airwaves so that we can, of course, talk about what you have to offer and what you're going to be doing here coming up to Hemmens locally here.
Yes, in only a couple days.
I know, it's so exciting. I'm sure you're just like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. You've got so much going on and you're preparing, and it's very exciting though too.
Absolutely.
So, of course, it's not every day that we get to interview someone who grew up right here in our own town of Elgin and has gone to make it big on Broadway.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I look back at my career and I'm like, wait, I'm one lucky gal.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit on how did growing up here in Elgin influence your journey into theater? And did you even imagine your path leading to Broadway stage?
Yeah, I'd always dreamed of Broadway, but I never thought it was actually possible. But I think really growing up in Elgin it paved the way for me. My sister, she started in the very first Children's Theater of Elgin production of Snow White. And that was many moons ago. I'm not going to give away my age, but it was many moons ago. And I followed in her footsteps, and she did Children's Theater of Elgin shows almost every season, and I did the same thing. And I started as a mouse in Cinderella at the Hemmens Theater, and it was the moment I knew forever. I was like, I've got to do this. I just love it so much. And we took dance at the local Gould Academy, and I had been part of Larkin Visual and Performing Arts Academy as well. And so this is where it all began, really.
That is so, so cool. I mean, when you're able to have, and I know this too from my own experience with working with the Hemmens Cultural Center, is you're able to, and also, Children's Theater of Elgin as well too, I was also in. You're able to work with...
Oh, no way.
Yes, I was for just a very, very brief time, for just one show that I did. And I'm telling you, these different theater companies, they care so much about the community, and they care so much about educating kids and youth into the performing arts. And they do such a wonderful job at there too. So I definitely would say, of course, them being as a way to also kind of channel that into where you are now too, kind of starting off from there, but also having that desire as well too. Did see here too that you were in the role as Annie. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, I mean, children's theater and, being able to perform at the Hemmens and sort of anything we do in Elgin that has this sort of outlet for the arts really, really shaped my childhood. And, when I was cast in the role of Annie, as Annie, in Annie, that was really, I think that was the moment that I knew that professionally I wanted to pursue a career on Broadway and in acting. And what's so crazy full circle is that they just did a children's theater production of Annie at the Hemmens, and my niece was cast as Molly. And so I got to sit in the audience and watch her And, it just, I mean, it's pretty crazy to watch, my nieces sort of in a very full circle way sort of do what my sister and I did as well, growing up here in Elgin. It's just really, really special.
I think it also probably brings back some nostalgia too when you're watching the kids on stage. And sometimes it's even like, you think to yourself, I'm usually the one on stage, but I get to be in the audience and see what's going on, which I think is pretty cool to see those from that different perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I would get flashes of when I did the production myself, and then just watching the joy that I see in these kids and my niece, and how she loves it. And it's not just about the performing aspect of it; it's the community aspect and making your friends. And I have a lot of lifelong friends from Children's Theater and Children's Theater of Elgin, and I'm just so grateful for it.
Absolutely. We are here too within the community for sure. They've done so much to help the youth and inspire people too. Now, of course, you also have been on Broadway and recently originating the role of Princess Jasmine in Disney's Broadway hit Aladdin as well too.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, my sort of claim to fame really is I was cast in the original production, and actually it celebrated its 10-year anniversary last year in 2024. I was able to make a cameo appearance in the show back on Broadway. I took a day off of my then contract. I was playing Satine in Moulin Rouge on Broadway, and I was able to make an appearance in Aladdin. And so I was in 2 Broadway shows in the same week, which is pretty crazy.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, and my concert at the Hemmens, I'll be singing from Aladdin, I'll be singing from Moulin Rouge, and basically from the canon of my career, which I started in Mamma Mia when I was 22 years old. That was my Broadway debut, and then I continued on to do a show called In the Heights, which was Lin-Manuel Miranda's show, of course, before he did Hamilton. So yeah, that I'll be including some of those shows, some of those classic songs in my show at the Hemmens as well.
Awesome. Now that, of course, does go into our next topic here about the live show that'll be coming up Friday, January 10th. Do you want to give us a little sneak peek on it?
Yes. So I'm going to be singing with the Elgin Symphony Orchestra, which is an unbelievable honor of mine that I have been looking up to them and seeing them for years, since my childhood. So I can't believe that I'm pinching myself that I get to sing alongside the Elgin Symphony Orchestra. And, just like I said, it'll be a bunch of songs that, a lot of us know and love, songs from Mamma Mia, In the Heights, Moulin Rouge the musical, Aladdin. I'll have some guest alumni from Children's Theater of Elgin also performing with me, which is also another incredible honor of mine. And then I'm a part of a Disney concert series called Disney Princess the Concert, and some of those favorite Disney classics I'll be singing as well. So really, it's kind of Broadway, Disney classics, some pop songs in there, and some surprise guests. It's going to be a really, really fun evening.
That sounds like a lot of fun. And you know what? I think what it's going to do is it's going to have people embark on a journey on so many different songs that you have performed and that you're going to be performing here. And this is definitely going to be a lot of fun too. So
yeah,
I'm excited. And I think I know a lot of people out there will be too. Now, for folks listening in, if you want to check out event details, you can visit elginil.gov/calendar. Check it out. It's coming up January 10th. It's from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's at the Hemmens Cultural Center at 45 Symphony Way here in Elgin. Where people can find information. Now, I do have to ask another question here too. Of course, you've achieved incredible success on Broadway, but what do you still love most about returning to your hometown? Are there any hidden gems in the area that continue to inspire you?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, there's always just a sense of calm and a sense of home when I come back to Elgin. Mm-hmm. It's I had an incredible childhood here, and most of it was really truly shaped around my theater community and Children's Theater of Elgin and the arts community here in Elgin. And so many incredible memories actually started at the Hemmens, which feels just so crazy to be once again full circle I can't believe doing a solo show. This will be my first ever solo show with the symphony in my hometown. It feels correct. It feels like the most right moment for me, and
Yep.
it'll be really fun to share in this moment with a lot of loved ones and local folks from Elgin and maybe people coming from the Chicagoland area. It'll just be a really, really special night for myself, and I hope for the people in the audience. I'll tell a couple of stories about my times with these shows and some of my memories on Broadway, and also from growing up doing theater here in Elgin. So it's going to be the full shebang, really.
Absolutely. It definitely is going to be the full shebang. And folks, if you want to join in coming up, it's Courtney Reed live in Elgin coming up on January 10th. I want to thank you so much for giving us the time and energy to come on to WRMN, specifically WRMN. It's such an honor. We appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Oh, the honor is all mine. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. And before we let you go, I do have to ask you one more question. What would you say to folks out there who maybe want to be in Broadway or who want to do theater, but maybe they haven't strung up the confidence yet to do so? What would some advice to them that you would give them?
Oh, gosh. I would just say you really have to believe in yourself. And I think in the Broadway community, especially now more than ever, they are celebrating your sort of own unique you. And I think everyone has their own unique you. And why not, shoot for the moon? If you don't land on the moon, you'll land among the stars, And so, why not? Go for it.
Absolutely. Well, Courtney Reed, thank you so much for joining us live here on WRMN. I'm so happy that we were able to have you. I know that we're getting lots of good views and comments here, and we greatly appreciate your time. And we're looking forward to, of course, the future for you as well.
Thank you so much. We'll see you January 10th. Yay!
Sounds good, Courtney. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. All right, that was Courtney Reed live here through the phone lines on WRMN AM 1410 as we broadcast live here. Go on out to this awesome show. It's Courtney Reed live in Elgin. Check it out. It's coming up January 10th. And it's going to be an awesome time. You can find information posted onto the website, elginil.gov. That's elginil.gov. Check out the information posted onto there. And you can even contact them by calling their number, 847-931-5900. The cost is $39, $30, and $22. Tickets available are via the Hemmens box office. So you can actually click on the link from the website to the HemmensTicketSearch.com site of things. And if you go onto their ticket search website, you can click under Buy Now under Featured for Courtney Reed Live, and you'll be able to buy those tickets. You can choose your seats or even have them pick seats for you if you would like to do that as well. That is coming up Friday, January 10th at 7:30. That's at the Hemmens Cultural Center. Definitely something you don't want to miss out on. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410 here in just a bit. So, of course, don't go anywhere.
Get ready for an unforgettable Saturday night.